Happy Sunday, everyone. I don't even know if I've ever done a Sunday Facebook Live before, but I figured everyone's kind of winding down from the weekend. They are getting ready for the week ahead. And there's a lot that can happen week to week. And I was thinking about, there was some things that surfaced for me in a very, very short amount of time this afternoon that challenged me, not in the sense that it was nothing that I could overcome, but in the sense of how it was making me feel. And as I have spoken before on many of my videos, I have the choice to feel a certain way. Hi, Nance. So I was sitting there thinking, I'm like, I always do some sort of transformation or, rank advancement at 8 p.m. on Sunday nights, just like everybody does. David, how are you? Hi, Yvette. Hi, Dee. Hi, Betsy. And, I figured, why not just talk to everybody? Because, whether you're in network marketing or whether you own your own business or you have a regular job, Sunday is that night where you're looking at your schedule ahead and preparing for things. And I had some really exciting movement in one of my businesses this past week. I had some new people join. I had some new people rank advance. And then I had one thing happened late this afternoon that was completely unexpected that caught me off guard. And it was basically because I had an expectation of a situation that went the opposite. It was someone I connected with. It had been a while. They were moving forward with starting a business with me. And then within a 5-day period, it wasn't a good fit, and they decided they were going to go a different way. And, I'm an emotional person, and for anyone to ever say that it doesn't bother them or they're not affected by it or they're not hurt by something, they're just lying. And this for some reason, this just hit me in the face really hard because I'm assuming because it was so unexpected. And then I was thinking about, on the flip side of that, Betsy's who's on here right now. What's up, Kaufman? Hi, Rachel. She had a rank advancement in her business. Hi, Sarah. And I said, you know what? I started asking myself this question: what are you focusing on? And the reason why I wrote that down is because, all right, so what can I focus on? I can focus on the fact that, I had an expectation of someone that I was excited for to be in my business, and they decided not to do it. And I can feel disappointed and upset and sad and whatever else I might have been feeling. Or I can be happy for the growth that's happening actually with two people that are wanting to do the business. And I said, this could be applied to so much, not just in business, but in relationships with friends, relationships with family, relationships with loved ones. What are you focusing on? And, there was something that Nancy sent to me. Nancy, if you're on here live, if you can drop a link, if you can find it, to the, I believe it's the garbage truck effect. She sent this to me months ago. And I'm grateful for you too, Betsy. Hi, Michelle, and hi, Kate. And it's one of those things where, people, you have a choice to focus on certain things in your life. And there's something called the garbage truck effect where people will dump their garbage on you. They will say negative things, or they will do things not a way that you want to do them, and you take on people's garbage. And then what do? We automatically take that garbage and we put it on somebody else. But what the garbage truck effect says is that it's one of those things where you don't put your garbage, you stop it right there. If someone tries to put their garbage on you, you don't put it onto somebody else. And again, every single day. I mean, there was something in The Strangest Secret by Earl Nightingale. If you haven't read it, read it. It says what you most commonly focus on is what you become. So I'm going to ask you guys, what is something positive? So I don't want to talk about the negatives anymore. There's no more dump trucking. In the chat box below, whether you're on live or on the replay, what is something positive going on in your life right now that you can focus on? And the reason why I want to ask you guys is because I want to bring it to the surface. And Betsy says, I thought about this today, any nasty trolls drinking that haterade. Many people are like garbage trucks. They run around full of garbage, full of frustration, full of anger, and full of disappointment. And this is it right here. Betsy, thank you so much for putting it there. You guys have to go read this text. And it's one of those things where self-care. Love that, Michelle. Michelle is focusing on self-care. And it's so funny, Michelle, I'll send you the video clip once it's done. I actually did a 75-minute keynote for a company on Friday all about self-care. So thank you for that, Michelle. That's amazing. What are some other things that you guys can focus on? What are you focusing on right now that makes you feel so good? Because again, it's so easy to and what I'm learning about network marketing is why it becomes so frustrating. Because when you see it, when you believe in it, when you trust it, when you know it, when you are just so set on what you want to do, it gets frustrating because you bring other people into your business that you think and you feel are going to want that same thing, and they don't. And then you start to take it personally. So it's not a struggle for me, but it's definitely something as humans we all will battle because we want it so bad for people because we see it. And all those people need to do is take the lenses that we're looking through every day, and they'll see what we see. And Dee says, I really love myself. I'm more confident. It shows in my connections and conversations. I love that. And that's the thing. Just let those people go. Bless and release. So you focus on, it's something that I learned from Todd Falcone when I coached with him a couple years ago. He said, instead of dragging the thousands, run with the few. And he said to me, Scott, it doesn't matter if it's one or two people in your business that are actually doing something. Focus on those two people, because it's much easier and better to focus on those two people that are doing something and propelling forward than focusing on the thousands that are just kicking the can down the street and you're trying to revive the dead. Let the dead be dead. And Nancy says, I just watched an awesome impact theory on how he focuses on nothing but the positives, and even in the most frustrating situations will give you gold nuggets from learning from it. I love that. Sarah says, I feel amazing about improving my students' reading level. I had a kid who doubled his score since last month. I love that. Positive mindset attracts more positivity, and that's the thing. I went to the gym late this afternoon, which I don't do, because I wanted to get some of this energy out. And then as I started to focus on other things, I was getting screenshots from my new website that's being developed by my marketing manager. I had all these other great things storming up and coming up where I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing. And Dee says, no more CPR at the morgue. Absolutely. I feel awesome that my clothes are getting too big and it has doubled my confidence. I love that. So again, what this comes down to, guys, is you can choose what you get to focus on. That is the amazing thing about life. So choose what you want to focus on. If you want to focus on the negativity, the drama, the sadness, the anxiety, the stress, then what do you think is going to be brought into your life? Just that. But if you focus on the positives, love, happiness, joy, empowerment, that's what gets brought into this. Now, that's the first question. The second question that I was starting to ask myself, that everyone should ask themselves, is how are you spending your time? How was I spending my time? When you start focusing on all the negativities and everything else, you end up spending all of your time on something, one, you can't control, and two, is literally halting your life. It is literally stopping you from living, because all you're doing is living between the space between your ears, trying to figure out or change a situation that's already happened and can't be changed. But there is something that can be changed: how you feel about it. So how are you spending your time? Are you spending your time focusing on all the negatives, focusing on all of the energy vampires, focusing on all the people that don't want what you want? Or are you spending your time with those that completely love, honor, and respect you for the vision that you have and the mission that you're on and the path that you're going down? So what sounds better? Focusing and spending your time on the things that don't bring any joy, love, and happiness into your life? Or spending your time with those that really know who you are, know what you're about, and they know where you're going, and they want to go with you? And Betsy says, I blessed and released on Friday with your help. No more drama. Absolutely. Absolutely. So again, you guys need to ask yourselves those two questions. What are you focusing on? And how are you spending your time? Now, the one statement that I want to leave you guys with before we all go and enjoy the rest of our Sunday evenings. And this is true because once I was able to shift my thoughts about the certain situation that came up tonight, it's time to get excited. It's time to get excited. And here's why. Why it's time to get excited is because tomorrow is a brand new day to take one step closer to achieving and living the best life possible. And if that is something that does not motivate you to get out of bed, run out the door, and drive as fast as you can in your car tomorrow morning, then I don't know what will. Because we have, this is the greatest time to be living in history. As far as opportunity, as far as everything that can be achieved in your life, the outlets, the opportunities for income, the ways to impact people's lives. This is the golden era of life. And if you continue to drag your feet and wait at that bus stop where there is no bus on that route, you are going to be sitting on that bench for the rest of your life. And there's something that I live by. I can't wait to meet him too, Betsy. There's something that I live by. I don't want to leave any stone unturned. I don't want to go to my grave saying, what if? There are plenty of things that I have tried and they didn't work out. But you know what? Every single failure opens the door to the successes that we are yet to have. So if you think that you are going to succeed in every single thing that you do, you're wrong. But you don't plan to fail. All you do is you go into things having no expectation and having the utmost patience possible to see it through. Because if it doesn't work out, you'll learn the exact way of how to succeed with what you're looking to. And I'm going to give you guys an example. My father, who holds some world records, state records, and national records in bench press for his age group, had a competition 2 weekends ago. And he had an expectation of what he wanted to do with it, and it didn't work out the way that it did. You know, he won his division, but he was going for a national record, and he missed it. And he was upset. And I said, "What are you upset about?" He goes, "Well, I didn't come here. You know, I came here with my mind set on this, that, and the other, getting this record, and it didn't happen." And I said, "Well, you should be excited right now." And he said, "Why should I be excited? I didn't get the lift." I said, "The reason why you should be excited is because now you have the recipe for how to succeed. Because you can go back and you can watch the tape of why you missed that bench and then improve for the next time." And what I said to him was this. I said, everything that you've done with your bench press contests, you've done on sheer talent. You haven't practiced any of this. You just lift heavy for a few weeks, go into a contest, and try to break a record. I said, imagine if you took your talent and then you got skilled in that talent, where you actually practice certain aspects of your lift. So what I want to say to you guys, what are some of your natural talents that you're letting go to waste? Do you have an entrepreneurial mindset where you know you can create a business, but you're not focused on getting skillful at what you're really good at? We all have talent. We all have a talent. And that talent can take you very far in life if it's focused on. And I'm going to tell you right now, there are going to be more people in your life that are going to think you are crazy and don't know why you're doing what you're doing, as opposed to the ones that do. That's why it's so much easier to focus on the ones that aren't doing what you're doing. So again, I'll go back to what Todd Falcone said to me. Instead of focusing on the thousands that are not, focus on the few that are. And I got to let you guys know that right now, again, it's time to get excited. No more complaining. No more, and I am going to vow to all of you, and I want you to take the same vow, that we may have a negative moment. But if we're called out on our negative moment, we have to go back and take that negative moment and let's turn it into a positive result, the positive lesson from the negative happening. So type in Y or yes in the chat box if tonight you can take that vow with me to move forward in a positive, happy, fulfilled, life-changing direction. What's up, Perry, Dennis, Marnie? So Y or yes in the chat box if you are ready to let go of all of that and turn it, and that's exactly what you helped me out for. Exactly. Yes. Nancy says yes. Betsy says yes. And if you're on the live or on the replay, you can also type in, I always go back to read your comments. You know, for a lot of the parents out there, this might be turning into a busy time for everyone because school's ending and now it's summer. And what I can share with you is this is the greatest time ever in our lives. And I would rather have that kind of busy, you know, with my kids out of school and everything else and that crazy, than living an unfulfilled life. Because there are wonderful, amazing, and positive things to be taken from every situation if you choose what you're focusing on. So I want you guys to end all of the excuses, and I want you to really focus on living the best life possible. And no more complaining, no more bitching, no more whining. And I used to do that when I was a personal trainer. I would just basically vomit to clients and stuff. I'm not going to do it anymore. I'm going to have my moment, and I'm going to allow myself that moment, and then I'm done. Because I'm alive, I'm breathing, I'm prosperous, I'm well, I'm loved, I have family, I have an amazing girlfriend, I have a beautiful son. I have so many incredible things in my life that I could be focusing on every single minute of every single day, and that is my choice. And that's why it's time to get excited. So, everyone, enjoy the rest of your Sundays. Remember what I said tonight. Ask yourself, what are you focusing on? How are you spending your time? And it's time to get excited. No more screwing around, no more messing around, no more, I'm in, I'm out, I'm in, I'm out. It's go time. We get one life. If our life is ended tomorrow, are you going to leave fulfilled, or are you going to leave feeling, you know what? I should have gave it my all. So let's all give 100% every single day, because that's what we deserve. Love you all so much. Happy Sunday, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye, everybody.